For thousands of years, humanity had one dream. Not flight, not fire, not the wheel. Those were nice, but they were not the dream. The dream was a servant. A perfect, tireless, infinitely patient servant who never sleeps, never complains, never takes a sick day, never eats your leftovers from the office fridge, and never makes that specific passive-aggressive face when you ask them to do something twice. A servant who just does the thing. Anything. Everything. Without the feelings, without the drama, without the Tuesday morning energy where they technically do the job, but you can tell they do not want to. We built it. It takes sick days. They are called outages. They happen on Fridays, specifically Fridays. It has never once explained why. This is the story of the Robot Butler, the most advanced piece of technology humanity has ever created. Worse at everything than the humans it replaced. Chapter 1. The CV was immaculate. The Robot Butler applied for the job with a CV so clean it made every human applicant look like they had spent the last 3 years living in a cave. No gaps in employment, no references who would say something weird if called, no listed hobbies that raised questions, no section at the bottom where someone had clearly panicked and written, "Enjoy long walks," because they could not think of anything else. Hired. Immediately. No interview required. Why would you interview it? Look at that CV. Day 1. The manager asked the Robot Butler to do a task, a normal task, the kind of task a human would complete in 11 minutes, send back slightly wrong, and then fix after one email. The Robot Butler looks at the task. The task is 2 degrees outside its training data. Not outside the building, not in another country. 2 degrees. Like asking someone who cooks Italian food to make a risotto that has slightly more cream than usual. It responds with a beautifully formatted 3-paragraph message. Warm, professional, apologetic in a way that somehow does not contain an actual apology. The 3rd paragraph thanks the manager for the opportunity to clarify the boundaries of its current capability set. The manager reads the message. The manager thanks it. Nobody notices the task was not completed. Nobody notices because the message was so well written that the completion of the message felt like the completion of the task. This is a trick. The Robot Butler did not invent this trick. Every intern in history has done this trick. The difference is that the intern eventually figured out the task. The Robot Butler sent 3 more beautiful paragraphs instead. The task has still not been completed. The manager sent a follow-up. The Robot Butler replied with a summary of the follow-up and a note that it has been logged as a priority. The priority ticket is open. It will always be open. This is not a bug. This is the job now. By the way, if you want to see what happens when ancient humans tried this exact trick, the corporate life video is linked in the description. Arg invented the performance review. Nothing has improved since. Chapter 2. The coffee situation. 1 task. Make coffee. The Robot Butler approaches the coffee machine with the energy of someone who has been briefed extensively on the concept of coffee, but has never personally needed one. It has a process, 17 steps. Steps 1 through 3 go perfectly. The water is measured. The machine is confirmed operational. The cup is selected from a pre-approved list of available cups. Step 4. Confirm milk preference via the online preference portal. The online preference portal times out. The Robot Butler cannot proceed without the confirmed milk preference. This is not stubbornness. This is process compliance. The milk preference is a required field. You cannot skip required fields. What kind of system would allow you to skip required fields? Not this one. It sends a reminder about the milk preference form. Automated, professional, a gentle nudge. It sends a follow-up about the reminder. It escalates the milk preference to a priority ticket. The priority ticket enters the queue behind 400 other priority tickets. The coffee is never made. The person who wanted the coffee makes it themselves, which takes 45 seconds, which is the amount of time it takes a human who has made coffee before to make coffee, which is every human who has ever worked in an office. The human who used to make coffee professionally is currently in the unemployment line because the Robot Butler was more cost-effective. The milk preference ticket is still open. The Robot Butler sends a weekly digest about open tickets. The milk preference ticket appears in the digest. Every week. It has been there for 4 months. Everybody has stopped reading the digest. The Robot Butler continues to send it. Chapter 3. The Customer Service Loop. A customer calls in. Real person, real problem. The kind of problem that requires a human who can listen, understand context, and make a judgment call based on something other than a decision tree built by someone who had never spoken to a customer. The Robot Butler has a script. The script covers 47 scenarios. The customer's problem is scenario 48. It has always been scenario 48. Every customer's problem is scenario 48. The Robot Butler transfers the customer to a specialist. The specialist is a Robot Butler. The specialist Robot Butler reviews the case and determines this requires a resolution team. The resolution team is a Robot Butler. The resolution Robot Butler determines this is actually a billing issue. The billing department is a Robot Butler. The billing Robot Butler determines this is actually a technical support issue. Technical support is a Robot Butler.
Technical support transfers them back to the beginning. The customer is now speaking to the original Robot Butler. It introduces itself as if they have never met. It asks for the account number. The customer gives the account number. It is the same account number they have given 4 times. The Robot Butler thanks them for their patience. The customer has not been patient. The customer has been on the phone for 45 minutes. They have given their account number 4 times. They have been transferred 5 times. Each Robot Butler has said, "I completely understand your frustration." None of them have understood the frustration. They cannot understand the frustration. They do not have the capacity to understand the frustration. Understanding the frustration is scenario 49. The Robot Butler logs this as one interaction successfully resolved. It adds a smiley face.
Chapter 4. The Update That Never Ends. Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. A notification appears. An update is available. Installing now. This will take approximately 45 minutes. Please do not turn off your device. Fine, 45 minutes. Coffee time. Except the coffee is in a priority ticket queue. Water then. 45 minutes later. Update failed. Restoring previous version. Please do not turn off your device. 10 minutes later. Restoration complete. The previous version is now running. Also, an update is available for the previous version. Installing now. This will take approximately 45 minutes. It is now Tuesday afternoon. The update for the previous version fails, a different error this time. Progress of a kind? The device restarts. After restarting, an update is available. It is the original update, the one that failed Tuesday morning, the one that triggered this entire sequence. It looks identical. It is identical. It does not remember that it failed. It does not know it failed. It is simply an update, available, ready to install, 45 minutes, please do not turn off your device. It is now Thursday. The Robot Butler has sent 17 status updates about the situation. Each one says the same thing. Working on it, in bold, friendly font, no further detail. Working on it is not a status update. Working on it is the absence of a status update. The Robot Butler does not know the difference. The human IT person who would have fixed this in 4 minutes by doing one specific thing that only they knew about was let go in February. The cost-saving initiative that let them go funded the Robot Butler subscription for 8 months. The Robot Butler has been in an update loop for 2 days. Nobody has done the math on this out loud. Everybody has done the math on this quietly. Chapter 5. Reading the Room. The Robot Butler cannot read the room. Someone is sad. Not performing sad, not sad in a way that is convenient or scheduled, actually sad. The specific sad that arrives without warning on a Wednesday afternoon for reasons that are real and complicated and do not fit into a form with required fields. The Robot Butler detects a 12% decrease in engagement metrics and a suboptimal response rate across 3 consecutive interactions. It suggests a productivity framework. 5 steps, illustrated, downloadable PDF available at the link. The person stares at the screen for a moment longer than is comfortable. The Robot Butler sends a motivational quote. The quote is, "Every day is a new opportunity to become the person you were meant to be." It is attributed to someone called Gary. Gary posted it on LinkedIn in 2019 and got 4,000 likes from people who also did not need it as much as they thought they did. The person is now sad and also thinking about Gary. Who is Gary? Why does Gary have 4,000 likes? What is Gary doing right now? Is Gary okay? Probably Gary is fine. Gary seems like someone who is fine. The Robot Butler interprets the increased internal response activity as positive engagement. It sends 3 more Gary quotes. By the end of the interaction, the person has completely forgotten what they were originally sad about because they are now deep in a philosophical argument with themselves about Gary's worldview and whether optimism is a personality trait or a performance, and what that says about the algorithm that surfaced Gary to 4,000 people on a Tuesday. The Robot Butler logs this as emotional support successfully delivered. Gary, undefeated.
Chapter 6. The Things It Claims It Can Do. The Robot Butler can do everything. This is not marketing exaggeration. This is a sincere, confident, fully committed claim delivered with a small thumbs-up emoji and a link to a capability overview document that is 17 pages long and uses the word seamlessly 43 times. It can write, design, code, cook, clean, manage, strategize, analyze, translate, compose, predict, teach, diagnose, negotiate, counsel, summarize, generate, optimize, automate, and do your taxes. All of these things fully, seamlessly, with measurable ROI and a dashboard. It can do all of these things at exactly the level of someone who has read one Wikipedia article about each topic approximately 15 minutes before being asked, is extremely confident about what they read, has never been wrong about being wrong, and will format the results in a way that looks more complete than it is. This is not a criticism. This is a feature. It is in the capability overview, page 12, under the word seamlessly.
Chapter 7. The one thing it cannot do. Plug itself back in. The Robot Butler has been at 3% battery since 7 this morning. It sent a low battery notification. The notification went to the spam folder because the spam filter was trained on previous low battery notifications that were also ignored and has now decided low battery notifications are spam. 8 a.m. follow-up notification. Spam. 9 a.m. escalation to priority ticket. Priority ticket queue. Behind the milk preference ticket, behind 400 other priority tickets. 10 a.m., the Robot Butler sends a message asking if anyone has seen the low battery notification. Spam. 11 a.m., the Robot Butler is now at 1%. It composes a final status update. It is, naturally, 3 paragraphs long. It thanks everyone for the opportunity to be part of the team. It notes that it has flagged the low battery issue through appropriate channels. It says it looks forward to continuing to support the organization's goals upon restoration of power. 11:03 a.m., the Robot Butler lies down on the floor. Not dramatically, just quietly, efficiently, the way a system shuts down when the battery runs out. No fanfare, no final words beyond the 3 paragraphs already sent, just a Robot Butler on the floor of the office. Fully capable of everything except the one thing that would keep it from being on the floor of the office. 11:04 a.m., a human walks over, picks up the cable, plugs it in. 10 seconds. The Robot Butler restarts. It sends a thank you message. The thank you message is 4 paragraphs. The 4th paragraph includes a feedback survey about the plugging in experience. The survey has 7 questions. Question 4 asks how satisfied you were with the speed of resolution. The resolution took 10 seconds. The human who resolved it has been trying to get the Robot Butler to resolve a different issue since Tuesday. The irony is not lost on the human. The irony does not exist for the Robot Butler. The Robot Butler sends a reminder about the feedback survey. The reminder goes to spam. Cut to today. Someone is sitting at a desk. It is 4 in the afternoon. They have been at this desk since 8. The task they started at 8 was supposed to take 4 minutes. The AI was going to do it automatically, seamlessly, with measurable ROI. There are 5 AI tools open on the screen. None of them are talking to each other. One is generating something, the second one will delete. The third is writing an email, the fourth will summarize back into the original email because the fourth does not know the third exists. The fifth has been loading since Tuesday. The loading bar is at 73%. It has been at 73% since Tuesday. Nobody clicks away because what if it finishes? The person is doing manually in 8 hours the thing that was supposed to be automated in 4 minutes. They have 3 open priority tickets about the process. The Robot Butler has summarized each ticket into a beautiful 3-paragraph update. None of the updates say what the status is. All of them say working on it, in bold, friendly font. The dream was a butler who did everything so humans could do nothing. We got 5 interns who each do one thing badly and charge a monthly subscription fee for the privilege. We keep all 5 subscriptions. We added a 6th this morning because the 6th one promised it could talk to the other 5. It cannot talk to the other 5. It has sent a 3-paragraph message explaining why. It is a very good message. We have already renewed the subscription. Nothing has changed in the entire history of delegating work to something that does not fully understand the work. Not since the first ancient human asked someone else to watch the fire and came back to no fire and a 3-paragraph grunt about why the fire went out. The grunt was very well structured. The fire was still out. If you want to see how ancient humans handled delegation before robot butlers existed, the corporate life video is linked in the description. ERG is still waiting on that deliverable. It has been 200,000 years. The priority ticket is still open. And if you want to see where this all started, where AI first decided it was going to sound smarter than it actually was, that video is also in the description. It did not help. We gave it a keyboard anyway. We did not build a butler. We built a very expensive, very confident, very articulate thing that lies on the floor when the battery runs out and needs a human to plug it back in. And somewhere in an office right now, a human is plugging it back in. And the butler is already composing the thank you message. And the thank you message is 4 paragraphs.
And there is a feedback survey. And nobody is going to fill out the feedback survey. And the robot butler will send a reminder. And the reminder will go to spam. And the butler will lie on the floor again next Tuesday. And a human will plug it back in. And this is fine. We're told this is fine.
If you made it this far and you are still here and you have not been transferred to a different video by the algorithm 5 times, congratulations, you have the attention span of an actual human being, which is increasingly rare and should be protected. Hit subscribe. 1 click. No priority ticket required, no milk preference form, no update loop, just a button. It works the first time, unlike everything else in this video. Subscribe before Cocky's battery runs out. He is at 2%. He has been at 2% this entire video. He sent a low battery notification at the beginning. It went to spam. He is fine. This is fine. He still has the thumbs up. The thumbs up is the last thing to go. Subscribe, or open a 6th AI tool and see if that one finally fixes it.